Hey, Shalom, giving all praises, acknowledgement, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that have taught us this truth, and they continue to teach us. And Shalom to our brothers doing this mighty and powerful works in the hopes of salvation. Yahweh meaning he is, he exists, and Yahweh Shai meaning he deliverer. Bahashem just means in the name. So this lesson is pretty much going into how this shit finna crash, man. The economy is slowing down. Jobs are not being created. Mass deportation, which is affecting the produce, which is affecting the market. Then you have all these businesses going out of business. So Ecclesiastes 4:1, and something I've been peeping in is that in the nice neighborhoods where people got money, they're smiling, they're fine, they're good. And the poor is weeping, they're sad, they're miserable. Ecclesiastes 4:1, so I return and consider all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold the tears of such as were oppressed. So right now they're pressing down on the people. More taxes, higher prices. To be oppressed, you have to be pressed down. And that's what the government is doing, man. And it says, all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter. So people are really out here crying, man. The poor is crying. The rich, they're fine, man. I see them all the time. They smiling and shit. They got money. They good. They ain't worry about nothing. And that's why there's going to be a class war, because the people that have nothing, they're going to take it from the people that have. So behold the tears of such as were oppressed. A lot of people are crying behind closed doors, man. Crying after work, before work, on the job. Because society is getting harder to survive in. The rat race, the wheel has sped up. And what happens when, metaphorically speaking, the wheel is too fast for the rat or the mouse? They fall out. And they had no comforter. They had nothing to ease the oppression. Nothing to run to. Alright? Say, even if you're trying to get a loan, or you're trying to find some help, there is none. And on the side of their oppressors, there was no power, but they had no comforter. So there is no comfort for the poor out here. They go into depression, and yeah, man, they suffer. While the rich right now, people that got it, they're still going about their day like ain't shit wrong. Ain't shit happening. They going on their fancy dinners. They still laughing, eating, and drinking. While people out here are barely eating. Barely eating. Ecclesiastes 4:1 NLT. Again, I observe all the oppression that take place under the sun, and I saw the tears of the oppressed, with no one to comfort them. The oppressors have great power, and their victims are helpless. And I believe one of the WEF, World Economic Forum, members said that you're going to own nothing and be happy. We see what they're doing. They're literally canceling people's lives. So eventually these people will depend upon the government when they come with a solution, with that basic, that basic income, where they pay you to literally take the chip. And if you want to sustain, you want to have funds, you got to take that chip, man. Alright, so shit is looking grim, man. You can see it on people's faces. Especially the have-nots. Alright, and even the people that are rich, they got rich bills. So they're living paycheck to paycheck. If the people at the bottom can't even live paycheck to paycheck, the people that have it, they're now living paycheck to paycheck. This is, man, shit is about to just stop. Ecclesiastes 12, yeah, there's no growth in the economy. I work in, customer service. Bro, sales is down bad. Real bad. It says Ecclesiastes 12:3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. So there's a day coming where the economy is going to collapse. But of course, it's not just going to happen just one day. Right now, we're seeing how the economy is going to collapse. Recession, high prices, hyperinflation, super hyperinflation. Prices so high you barely could afford a bag full of food. All right? It's going to get to that point to where the economy is completely done. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. So who keep the house of Esau together, his economy together? Because that's the root word for economy, is house. Who keeps the house together? The people at Wall Street, the elites. And why are they going to tremble? Because they're going to convert from tangible dollar, the blue notes, to digital money. All right? That money was a power tool to control people. So they don't know if the digital conversion is going to hold that much power as the tangible dollar, which people worshipped. People do anything for it. They'll kill, lie, cheat, steal, fuck over anyone. And this is also Esau's desperate attempt to try to increase his time on top of the throne. All right? In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves. These times are really going to humble everyone. And the grinders cease because they are few. Right now we're in a silent recession and a silent mass unemployment. This month is going to really be the choke. Tariffs are kicking, man. I'm telling you. I'm witnessing it firsthand. A box of fruit that costs $14 now 30 something for a few. So think about how much that shit gonna hurt companies. And that's just one thing. So even businesses are getting outpriced. They can't stay in business, and if they increase their price, they lose customers. I'm witnessing this shit. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. So what does that mean? A lot of these businessmen are gonna have to make business decisions, which that means people are gonna, their favorite manager, supervisor, they're gonna have to cut them off payroll because they have to save money. They have to make money. They have to cut a lot of people. All right? If they want to continue business, here it is. The business is making what? Just random, business might be producing $7,000 a day, and then you have to pay 3 or 4 people. So you're left with like $2,000 maybe. Now, if you cut one of the workers, you might be able to make 4. So people gonna make business decisions like that. That's just random, I'm just giving a random example. And those that look out of the windows be darkened. So they're gonna see that there's no future. Like going forward, this place is just dark. Dark times is coming, and they gonna abandon ship. Right? They literally gonna sell off their company, or they're gonna file for bankruptcy to save their assets. Because people don't go in business to lose money. They go in business to have interest, to double up. Right? And if they ain't doubling up, you're pretty much you're taking care of everybody. You're just doing people favors. So the best thing to do is call it quits. Ecclesiastes 12:4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And they're saying unemployment is the highest. And it's getting higher because of the tariffs really kick in around this time. September, October, November. Oh my God, by the holidays, these people are choked out of life. Metaphorically speaking, they're going to be choked out. They ain't going to be able to afford shit. Alright, shit is about to be shut up everywhere. Favorite Walmart, favorite Macy's, favorite Ross. And I noticed this about people, man. When shit get hard, people like the women love to go shopping. Ain't no more of that shit. The economy is gonna get so bad, stores are gonna close up. The only thing you can shop for is possibly food. And even then, you ain't gonna have enough money for it. Be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And music is a reflection of society. Music is low, the vibration is low, you know. So it says, verse 5, also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way. So when people start seeing their favorite cousin, aunt, uncle, people that were stable, where you thought they were going to be stable, they had a good job, lose job, when you see them out of work, when you see that shit is happening in real life, you're going to be like, a lot of people going to be in fear for what happens next. All right? The almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail. Yeah, desire shall fail, man. People are going to give up. Because man goeth to his law home, and the mourners go about the streets. So people ain't going to have nothing to do. Nothing to do. A lot of mourning. And we're literally here at the gates of the economic collapse. The economic slow down before the collapse. All right? Before a business go out of business, what happens? It starts getting slow. So that's what's happening in America all over. So Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. So the Lord he's the one causing America to err and to have a perverse spirit, you know. And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. Yeah, everything this guy Trump is doing is like turning to shit. It's because the Most High has done it. Every type of tax cut, every type of executive order, every type of increase, decrease, it doesn't matter what the fuck they do. Meet up with other countries, trade deals, tariffs, everything is turning into shit. And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. As a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt. No work at all. No work at all. People that have jobs right now, eventually they're going to show up at work one day. Man, I got a neighbor that just told me he got fired on his birthday. They just started laying off people and shit. People that worked there 10 years, 15 years. That's going to be everybody's story. No work. And what a lot of people are doing, they're starting to jump to other fields. They're going into the supermarkets. They're going into sales. They're going into these low-level jobs, working at fucking Burger King or somewhere. And still, No jobs. Which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So serious times is coming. There's no fucking work anywhere. Doesn't matter what degree, certification you have. And then you got AI being programmed to take these jobs. Okay. 16. In that day shall Egypt be like unto a woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. So the Lord is shaking this place up. All right. I'm gonna finish it with that second Esdras, the 15th chapter, starting at the 14th on down. Actually, let me start up to 10. What we're witnessing is really the Most High moving against this place to punish this place. And there's nothing these Edomites could do about it. Second Ezra 15 and 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. Our people are being led to the slaughterhouse. And I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And this is talking about modern day Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. So the Most High is going to use power. All right? Power to bring us up out of here. And power to destroy this place. And I will smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the lands thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the Lord told us what type of plagues he's going to bring this time. It tells you in the 16th chapter, 15th chapter, pestilence, death, destruction, the sword. It says, as before. So this is not talking about ancient Egypt. It's talking about modern day Egypt receiving plagues like ancient Egypt. And I will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn. Egypt shall what? Mourn. So we're going to see a lot of people crying, weeping, you know. And the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. People think it's just, it's governments, hard times. Nah, man, it's the Most High moving against this place. They that till the ground shall mourn. And we've seen the farmers mourn on this side. They're literally crying to Trump. They're begging Trump for help. All right? Farmers are going out of business. They have lost their help. So now they have to pay someone double the wage to do the job that can't do the job. For their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful consolation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So destruction is coming upon the world, man. The world of Esau. His kingdom. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So you're going to have class wars, rich versus poor. You're going to have race wars, Jacob versus Esau. You're going to have little battles, race battles and stuff. Then you're going to have neighbor against neighbor. You're going to have cliques, groups, gangs, militias, all type of people fighting against each other. Shall stand up and fight against one another, and swords in their hands. And if you look up in ChatGPT or Google AI, it'll tell you that Second Esdras predicts civil war and the fall of collapse of society and turmoil, political violence, and is going to reference you this scripture in this chapter. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. Sedition is pretty much chaos everywhere. No type of laws, no type of military can quell the violence that's coming. All right, no authority can quell it. It's going to be people with guns, rising up against the government, rising to fall upon their neighbors. It's going to be really bad out here. People with their own agendas. You're going to have a lot of Edomites trying to purge America from non-whites while fighting the government. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. So home invasion. You're going to have a lot of people thinking that they're going to sit out the Civil War. They're not going to get involved. They're not going to be like other people. You're going to get caught up. They should not regard their kings nor princes. So no one's going to care what law has to say or anyone in authority have to say. And the thing about it, the way things are going, what the hell do people gotta lose? Nothing. So they're not gonna regard anybody. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And this is what we call order out of chaos. It gotta be chaos for you to set the order, and chaos is coming. I'm talking about everywhere in America. Not just one city, not just one state, not just one region of America, not just the South, the East Coast, and over there. Nah, man, it's going to be all across America. Okay, if you could see, the government is becoming tyrannical. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And this is where we know shit is really going to go down. When they declare martial law, when the president go up on the TV and say we have a state of emergency, stay inside, anyone that's outside is deemed an enemy, will use lethal force, will be arrested. It's going to be like that. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. Yeah, shit ain't going to be normal. You can't just go out and do whatever you want, party, and all that shit is going to be shut down. It's going to be overnight, it's going to be a new world. Because this is all people are going to talk about. It's going to be everywhere. A lot of people's families gonna get caught up in all of this. So the Lord gonna kill all the bullshit, the games, man. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and the city is gonna have it the worst. All these city girls, these city boys, people that be in the city all the time. There's millions of people in the city compared to the valleys and the people that live by the beach and shit. People in the cities are gonna get it the worst, especially when they either block you in the city and you can't come out. It'd be better for you to be outside the regions of the city. Because the government gonna want to control the cities. You ever notice when Trump deployed them troops, he ain't putting them in the countryside in the little towns and shit. No, in the fucking city. That's where all the business, that's where all the people, that's where all the work, that's where all the resources is. Alright? And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Wait, Salakia. The houses shall be destroyed, the 18th verse, and men shall be afraid. Yeah, a lot of men, they're going to be afraid because they know damn well they can't be able to protect their family. Some of them don't know how to use, that thing right. They don't know how to protect themselves, and then they got kids and they got women. They're not going to be able to protect them. All right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. When shit gets sour, when shit hits the fan, when society collapses, life is going to change dramatically. Before that, people going to ransack the grocery stores. You're going to have people trying to buy out the stores, and when they see all these things about to develop, people can't get into the cities. Every step out here for some people is going to be a gun battle. So they're going to go next door. They're going to go to the closest place to them, so they ain't got to travel into the danger. You got to think realistically, like, would someone go travel miles away when there's someone next to them that possibly could have food? So people going to go to their neighbors, they're going to shoot to kill, take their shit, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So not only very extreme, severe, hard times is coming, but no food. The thing about it is resources get restocked. When society collapses, ain't nobody to restock nothing. People going to be hiding for their lives or dead. So yeah, man, we'll see how it goes. These couple months is gonna get these incoming months is gonna really change out here. Like, economy is gonna get bad fast, which is already bad, but shit's about to collapse. All right. But Lord willing, edifying, and to the point. I could give you the numbers and everything, but you see it. For brothers out there working, you feel it, man. Hours getting cut. Less quantity of whatever. Maybe if you're delivering, you're driving and shit. But the Lord gonna provide for us. All right. I gotta finish off on a good note. Come on now. Isaiah 65. There's a reason why there's scriptures like this. It says, Isaiah 65:13, therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, my servant shall eat, but he shall be hungry. So people were doing all of that, going house to house, destroying people, and spoiling their goods because of the lack of bread. So a famine's coming. And the Lord says here, we're going to be eating. Why does this matter? Because there's going to be limited food. But ye shall be hungry. The ye is the people that have rejected this word. It's going to be beautiful women, children, and old people. The Lord don't care. They're going to be starving out here if they're not of the elect. Behold, my servant shall drink, and ye shall be thirsty. Very essential for life, eating and drinking. Alright? But ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but he shall be ashamed. Why are we going to be rejoicing? Because miraculous things are going to be happening to us. You know? Miraculous things. We're going to have divine intervention. Talking about food being provided for you. A place to lay. To safely lay down. Because the scripture says in Job, that tabernacle shall be at peace. And not worry about, the evils, the judgment like these people. You gotta worry about the wild animals and shit like that. But these people, nah man, they're gonna be catching holy hell. It says, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. So I want to be on the side that's surviving, smiling, happy. Not at the short end of the stick. And that's what 2/3 of our people, they're going to be given. Yeah, but Lord willing, satisfying to the point, Shalom.